Okay, welcome. I thought I'd do a quick video on my bike because there's been some riders that have expressed interest in getting back into riding, which is awesome. And they've asked me some questions about which is the best bike. So I thought I'd start with mine and kind of go over what I'm running and why, and then we can talk about other options. So here is the 2017 Haro Master. This is similar to what I rode back in the day. It looks very almost identical as far as the graphics, but it does have a little bit different geometry set up as far as there's a shorter seat tube, so it drops this frame down a bit. Similar back end, I think it's like 15 and a half. Don't quote me on that. I don't know the numbers so well, but it is a longer back end than what you traditionally see on some of the newer bikes, and that's kind of what I'm used to. So oftentimes when riders are asking me, I kind of like to know, well, what kind of riding are you wanting to get into? Are you thinking about old school tricks? Or are you wanting to get into the new school stuff? So I'm running zero offset forks. I made that change years ago, and I really like that just for being able to handle certain tricks. It really feels a lot more comfortable. And I'm running the top loading stem as opposed to front loading. So I've got a little bit more extension on the bars, and I'm running standard strip bars, which I've been running for years, and I love the height and the width. And again, I don't know if you have any specific questions. I can do more actual measurements on it, but these are relatively wide bars. From back in the day, they were really pretty wide. And I know some riders will run, some smaller bars for certain tricks, but I like to have pretty wide bars. I'm running Tech 77 lock levers because I do have a few tricks that I'm using the lock levers. Um, and what else can I tell you about it? I do run a coaster brake, which is definitely kind of unique and special just because I have a couple tricks. Backwards pedal picker, the Gumby is obviously a little easier if you have a coaster brake. And I also do a pedal spin that helpful. Not really that many tricks with the coaster brake, but I'm used to it and I like it. And then my specialty is the quick release seat clamp, and you can see how my seat post is so worn out just from constantly raising it up and dropping it down so that I can do various different balance tricks. And yeah, so I think that's a couple things to consider when you're looking at a bike and you want to get back into riding. Think about what kind of riding you're going to do. A frame, something like this, that's a remake of an older bike, will have, most likely very similar geometry and will handle the same. And then the new school bikes will be typically much smaller in this measurement here. So this distance will be really tight and generally a pretty short frame top tube. With this is a short one too. This is 19 inch, so it is pretty tiny by comparison to some of the bikes out there. And if you're looking to do a little bit of everything, I think you could just find a bike that would be suitable for a little bit of park, a little bit of flatland, which might be a little bit longer frame, not ideal for flatland, but still, you could still do plenty of flatland tricks on. So that's my idea and feedback for today. I hope it's helpful. And please just send me a comment, or um, if you have some certain questions specifically about either this bike or other bikes out there, I'm happy to help and offer what I know. And hopefully that will be helpful. All right. Have a good night.